Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand this solely to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of natural gas futures in different time frames. So friends, here you can see a daily chart of natural gas futures. So here you can see that after testing the highs of $2.9 in November 2019, natural gas started this downward move which continued up to the levels of $1.5 what the natural gas futures tested on March 23rd for the first time, and from here the natural gas started to form a base at the same levels. Here you can see that the natural gas futures formed a base at the levels of $1.5. So from here, once again, the natural gas futures started to move upward on April 2nd, 2020 and moved up to the levels of $1.9. But here I find that the natural gas futures find a stiff resistance at the levels of $1.9 again and again, and finally the natural gas futures reached this level of $1.9 on June 1st, 2020. Here you can see that the natural gas futures tested the highs of $2.159 when they faced stiff resistance at the 200 days moving average here, and from here after facing a stiff resistance at 200 DMA, the natural gas futures once again continued this downward trend and tested the lows of $1.4 on June 26. So friends, here I find that the lowest level of the natural gas futures was the immediate cause of a steep upward move from these levels. So here you can see that the natural gas futures started to move upward from these levels and continued this rally up to the levels of $2.464 what they tested on August 18th. So here you can see that in this upward rally, the natural gas futures have been maintaining this uptrend in a very tumultuous way. This upward move was very volatile. So here you can see that the natural gas futures tried to form some platforms amid this uptrend. So here, after finding a base here at the levels of $1.439, the natural gas futures started to move upward once again up to these levels, and here you can see that after finding a second base at the levels of $1.6, found stiff resistance at the levels of $1.8, and here you can see that the natural gas formed their first platform for launching an upward move. So here, after a consolidation, the natural gas futures finally found a breakout move on July 31st. From here, you can see that the natural gas futures tested the highs of $2.292 on August 5th. And here, once again, the natural gas found a stiff resistance at the levels of $2.256 and constantly faced this resistance up to August 10th and finally moved downward. So here you can see that the natural gas futures had already formed a strong platform at the levels of $2.076 to $2.157. So once again, the natural gas futures found a second breakout move from the upper end of this platform on August 13th and continued this rally up to the levels of $2.461 what they tested on August 18th. So here you can see that the natural gas futures found some sell-off from these levels. The natural gas futures have tested the lows of $2.281 on August 21st. So today I find that once again the natural gas futures look ready to stay amid this platform. So today I find that the natural gas futures will try to sustain amid this platform. So here I find that the natural gas futures look ready to consolidate amid this zone. But here I find that today's closing will define a definite move for the upcoming week. So friends, here I would like to tell you that this is a live chart of natural gas futures. So now let us have a look at the current position of moving averages. So here you can see that all the moving averages in a daily time frame are still giving a bullish signal after forming a bullish crossover here when all the moving averages have turned upward and calls the 200 days EMA. So today I find that the natural gas futures are at a critical juncture where they will have to take a decisive move before this weekly closing. So here I find that this platform could be a decisive zone for the natural gas futures. So here I find that today's closing level will define a definite direction for the upcoming week. So friends, this is my expected trading zone for the upcoming week. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures close this week above the levels of $2.348, we'll see the natural gas futures to test the highs of $2.738 during the upcoming week. So friends, now let us check this move in a 4-hour time frame. So in a 4-hour time frame, here you can see that how the natural gas futures continued this uptrend after forming a platform on every step. So here you can see that currently the natural gas futures have been maintaining this uptrend amid this launching pad, where I find that during the upcoming week we'll see the natural gas futures find a breakout move from here. Friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures successfully maintain inside this platform, we'll see a breakout move during the upcoming week. Very shortly we'll see the natural gas futures to find a breakout move from the levels of $2.389 before the next weekly closing. Friends, here I find that the immediate resistance for the natural gas futures is at the levels of $2.363. Here I find that a weekly closing above this immediate resistance will definitely confirm the continuity of this uptrend. So here you can see currently the natural gas futures are trying to sustain at the lower end of this decisive zone. So now let us see the current position of moving averages. So here you can see that the 20 days exponential moving average has turned downward below the 20 days moving average, which is creating a lot of bearish pressure on natural gas futures. But on the other hand, you can see that the 50 days exponential moving average has been sustaining above the 50 days moving average, which confirms the continuity of this uptrend during the upcoming week. So friends, now let us check this move in an hourly time frame. So here you can see that in an hourly time frame, very important thing is to check the bouncing moves, how the bouncing move started from here. So here you can see that after finding a sustainable move at the 200 days moving average in an hourly time frame has resulted in a sharp bouncing move again and again. So here you can see that after finding a sustainable move here finally resulted in a breakout move on August 14th when the rig count was announced. According to Baker Huggies, only 70 natural gas rigs are extracting this commodity compared to 165 in 2019 during the month of August. So here I find that decreasing production of natural gas has resulted in this breakout move from here. So when the natural gas futures found a first breakout move on August 14th and continued to sustain amid this decisive zone, and there is no doubt that the natural gas futures tried to sustain above the upper end of this decisive zone on August 18th, but the natural gas futures found a stiff resistance at the levels of $2.446, and once again the natural gas futures are trying to maintain at the lower end of this decisive zone where the 200 days moving average look ready to support this downward move. So here I find that the natural gas futures will find a strong support at 200 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of $2.292. So here I find that this seems to be a right time to catch this falling knife. I will call it a falling knife because the natural gas is the most liquid commodity of this world. So nobody can define a definite directional move of natural gas futures, but a trader has to take a risk. So risk is very much there, but I find that currently the natural gas futures have been formed a strong base at the levels of $2.283 here in an hourly time frame. So here I find that the best strategy to go long from these levels, from the levels of $2.281 with this stop loss at the levels of $2.166. So here I find if the natural gas successfully closes this week above the levels of $2.362, we'll see a breakout move on the first trading session of the upcoming week. Friends, be ready to see an action in natural gas futures during the upcoming week. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and 4 friends. Thank you.